Hey Inguz Nation, happy Friday. Today's workout is called Double Knot. It is alternating between 3 movements for descending reps. So on 3, 2, 1, go, we'll complete 100 double unders, 30 pull-ups, 21 double dumbbell squat cleans, and then we're gonna go through those movements again. 75 double unders, 20 pull-ups, 15 squat cleans, and then one more time with 50 double unders, 10 pull-ups, and 9 double dumbbell squat cleans. Now, we're looking for this workout to take somewhere between 12 and 20 minutes, and because the majority of work happens in the beginning, we want to be conservative with our pace, picking up steam as we see those reps start to go down. Modifications for today. If we don't have double unders, we can always complete single unders at 150 or 150 line hops. For the pull-ups, we're going to split the 30 in half and complete 15 dumbbell rows on each side. You can alternate these however you feel most comfortable, doing either all 15 and then switching, or switching in sets of 5. For the double dumbbell squat cleans, if we don't have access to 2 dumbbells, we can complete these with a single dumbbell. Now to do this, we're going to increase the reps to that of the pull-ups, and again, split them on either side. So again, we'll complete for the set of 30, for instance, 15 single dumbbell squat cleans on one side and then on the other. Alternate as you see best. If we're working with a barbell today, we want to load it with a moderate weight. 135/95 might be prescribed in the gym, and we're going to continue with those 21, 15, and 9 reps. Now, because today we seem to be chipping away, again, remember to pick up steam as you keep going. Always remember to keep moving, and have a great time. For today's warm-up, we're going to complete 30 seconds of each of the following movements, starting with 30 seconds of single unders. Here we want to make sure that we're bouncing on the balls of our feet, keeping those knees and ankles in line with our hips. From there, we're going to complete 30 seconds of lateral squats or Cossack squats. So here we want to take a nice wide stance, driving our hips out to either side, working on getting lower while still keeping those heels planted to the ground. From there, we're going to use our dumbbell for a single dumbbell row. So we're going to hold both sides of the bell. Back stays nice and flat. And again, we're engaging those lats as we're pulling that bell up to our chest. From there, we'll set the bell down and complete 30 seconds of pausing air squats. Here, we're going to go to the bottom of the air squat, hold for a 2-second count, and then come up, opening up those hips and squeezing those glutes at the top. From there, we'll pick up our dumbbell again and complete 30 seconds of single arm rows on each side. Now notice as Renee is doing this, the arm that is holding the dumbbell is now slightly behind the other leg. This is simply to make room for that bell to come all the way up to the chest. So after 30 seconds, you'll switch and complete 30 seconds on the alternate side. Lastly, we're going to use that dumbbell to complete 30 seconds of dumbbell goblet squats. So here she's got those elbows pinned in nice and tight to that dumbbell, and is again working to get that full depth while driving those knees out and squeezing those glutes at the top. With a very large number of double unders to begin, think about breaking that 100 up in at least 3 sets if double unders are not a strength of yours. If we are working on our double unders, a couple of things to think about today. We want to keep those shoulders nice and relaxed, and we want to keep those arms close to our side, especially those elbows rotating the rope from the wrist. If we don't have double unders today, we can do 150 single unders, or we can complete 150 line hops. Here we want to do these laterally. You can use an imaginary line or a jump rope simply to go back and forth for 150 jumps. For our pull-ups today, we can do these as butterfly pull-ups, kipping pull-ups. We can scale the number down and do these as strict pull-ups. But if we don't have access to a pull-up bar, we can also complete these as dumbbell rows. Renee is going to demo for you, if you've got a moderate weight dumbbell, how we can do these singularly on one side. Again, notice that her legs are staggered, allowing her to be able to have room to bring that dumbbell all the way up to her chest. She's engaging with her lats and keeping that back nice and flat. For these, you'll complete 15 on each side. If we're using a single dumbbell today and it's a heavier dumbbell, we can also complete these using both hands and both lats. So notice that Renee has either side of the dumbbell in her hands, and again, back is nice and flat. Legs are in line with each other, and again, as she pulls, that dumbbell comes to just below her sports bra. For today's double dumbbell squat cleans, we ideally want to choose a weight that we can do all of these rep patterns in no more than 3 sets. We also want to be efficient with our movement pattern, thinking about pushing with the legs before we pull under that weight. So as Renee is going to demo, you'll notice that both heads of the dumbbell, only the front head need to touch outside of the feet. From here, she's going to push through with the lower body, heels planted on the ground, opening up her hips all the way before those heels come up, and she pulls up underneath that weight into the bottom of her squat. If we're using a single dumbbell today, we're going to open up the feet just a little. Both heads of the dumbbell will touch between the feet. And again, she's going to drive through the floor, opening up her hips, squeezing her glutes, and then pulling underneath that weight, standing all the way up to finish. If we're working with a barbell today, again, we want to load it with something moderately weighted. 135, 95 might be prescribed at the gym. And we're going to do the same rep pattern as the double dumbbell squat clean. Again, if we're using a single dumbbell, we're going to complete 30, 20, 10, 15, 10, and 5 on each side. It's like 12 line hops or something. And then 5 dumbbell rows on each side. Line hop.